Okay, let's take a look at example 6. Of course, I'd really like you to stop the video and work out example 6 by yourself, and then unpause just to check yourself. Okay, the first thing we need to do is get rid of the 3x on both sides, because we're trying to get this in slope-intercept form, so we want y, the symbol of inequality, whatever it is. So I'm just going to say y is equal to mx plus b. So we want to move the x term over to the other side. So what we're going to need to do is subtract 3x from both sides. The 3x's on the left-hand side are going to subtract to 0, and then on the right-hand side we're going to end up with, well, on the left-hand side what we're left with is negative 2y is less than or equal to negative 3x plus 6, because that 6 is a positive 6. And now we'll just need to go ahead, and we want y, since it's negative 2 times y, we're going to divide by negative 2 on both sides, and you just have to remember to divide every term by negative 2. The negative 2's on the left divide to 1 or cancel out, so what we have left on the left hand side is y. We divided both sides by a negative, so that symbol of inequality switches from less than or equal to greater than or equal to. Negative 3 divided by negative 2 gives us a negative divided by a negative is a positive 3 over 2x, and positive 6 divided by negative 2 is going to give us a minus or negative 3. Okay, to graph it, let's go ahead and identify the y-intercept. So negative 3. We'll graph the point on the y-axis. So on the y-axis, go down to negative 3, the little point there. And then, of course, our slope is our rise over our run. So to find our next point on the line, we'll go up from this point, up 1, 2, 3, over to the right, 1, 2. Again, we'll go up from here, 1, 2, 3, over to the right, 1, 2. You're going to want to connect your line, but you're going to want to do it with a very, go over it with a very light pencil. And then we just need to decide which kind of line do we want to use. Do we want to use a solid line, or do we want to use a dashed line? So if we take a look at our symbol of inequality, since that is greater than or equal to, it's going to include the line. So we want to make sure it's a solid line. So now we can pick a nice dark color, and we'll go back and make sure we fill in a solid line on top of the line we graphed. Okay, we're almost done. Our last step is to pick a point. So we want to use, the easiest point we said again was the point 0, 0. And we want to just test that in our original inequality and see if this is the side of the line that we want to graph. So our original inequality, of course, was 3x minus 2y is less than or equal to 6. So let's see. We have 3 times 0 minus 2 times 0. Is that going to be less than or equal to 6? Well, 3 times 0 is 0. Minus 2 times 0, the whole thing is 0, is that 0 less than or equal to 6? Yes. So we want to graph the side of the line that has the point that we checked, and it was correct. We want to graph that. So what we're going to do is just look at the side of the line that had the 0, 0, and just shade in that side of the line. And that's it.